What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we're going to be going over some injury updates and an injury report ahead of the national title game for Michigan tonight, plus the jersey combo that Michigan will be wearing tonight. And we also got some NIL news for Michigan football, as well as what Michigan coaches and players have said ahead of the national title game against Washington tonight. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so we got a national championship game day Michigan football report. Don't get to say that too often, but Michigan takes on Washington in the national championship tonight at 7:30 p.m. Absolutely cannot wait. But let's go ahead and get right into today's video. And the first thing I did want to talk about is some injury updates heading into the game tonight for Michigan. There really isn't too many. Obviously, senior right guard Zach Zinner will be out, and then freshman cornerback DJ Waller Jr. he is questionable, and junior defensive tackle Rashawn Benny is doubtful, as he went down in the first quarter of the Rose Bowl, and he apparently wasn't spotted at practice or media day Saturday ahead of the national title game. So Michigan, most likely will be out without a rotational piece of Rashawn Benny. However, senior safety Makari Page, he went out in the second half of the Rose Bowl, but he said that he is good to go. So good news there for the Michigan secondary, and that's really it going into the title game. Everybody else is healthy, ready to go. And next thing I did want to mention is Michigan wearing their all blue uniforms tonight. They're going to be wearing their big blues for a big game. So let me know your guys' thoughts are on that. Obviously, Michigan wore their traditional uniforms with the Rose Bowl shoulder patches, which looked awesome against Alabama in the Rose Bowl, and now they're going with their all blues, the big game blues. And if you guys did remember, Michigan did wear their all blue uniforms as they debuted the look, at least for the first time, wearing Jordan uniforms against Washington in 2021 in a home night game. And you might also remember running back Blake Corum rushing all over that Washington defense. Hopefully he can do the same tonight in the national championship 2 years later. Now, I am going to go ahead and talk about what coaches and players said to the media ahead of the national championship game, but I first want to talk about some NIL news for Michigan, as a couple days ago, Champion Circle, which is a name, image, and likeness collective supporting University of Michigan student athletes, they announced the launch of a new campaign of the Those Who Stay NIL campaign, which is focused to retain key Michigan student athletes, whether their decision is, to go pro or come back, or to either stay or hit the transfer portal. We all know that NIL, hasn't been where it should be here at Michigan. A lot of other schools are way ahead of Michigan right now, but Those Who Stay NIL campaign, their goal is up to $1 million right now. They are up to 580,000 plus, so they're more than halfway there, and everybody can contribute right now. So I'll try to put a link down below in the description where you guys can go ahead and click it and go ahead and donate yourself. But pretty cool news there for Michigan NIL, as Champion Circle has launched the Those Who Stay NIL campaign, and we are already more than halfway there to the goal of $1 million. But now I wanted to talk about what some Michigan coaches and players said to the media ahead of the national title game against Washington. And we'll first start with the key matchup, which is Michigan's defense going up against Washington's offense. And Jesse Minter spoke on the challenge, and talking about the game against Alabama, he said, as a whole, our pass rush and our coverage played at a high level. We eliminated all the deep plays, and we had tight coverage. He also said that we played some zone where the guys did a really good job capping off the vertical shots, and Rod Moore did a great job on a shot 50 yards downfield, being stride for stride, it almost making an interception. And altogether, the guys, he said, they played disciplined, played fast, and did a great job. But he knows that Washington is a whole other animal. He says, so I think for this game, I think our guys trust each other. The DBs have confidence that that we can get pressure, but he said this is a whole other animal with their passing game and their shots and their ability to get the ball in space and use the whole field and perimeter. And he said they make you defend the whole width of the field and the whole length of the field. Also talked about Rome Odunze. He said, I think he can make those contested catches that separates him. He has a great skill set. He is big, he is fast, and he runs really good routes. But this Michigan defense, they're coming off of probably one of their best, if not their best defensive performance against Alabama. And in this game, they're going to have to get pressure on Michael Penix Jr. Defensive tackle Kenneth Grant also spoke on Washington's offense ahead of the national championship game, and he said that it's definitely on the front seven again, just not allowing Penix the time that he wants to air raid us. He said it's going to be really important. You got to hit him early, you got to get some big shots on him early and get in his head early. I'm sure this Michigan defensive line, this whole defense will be ready to go, especially for players like Brandon McGregor, Mike Sandersill, Rod Moore, Chris Jenkins, Jalen Harrell, all the seniors on the team, and even some of the juniors, that might enter the draft, even though they could potentially come back next season. This could be their last game, and they're trying to go off on a high note. This is why a lot of these players came back for this moment right now. But Jim Harbaugh, he also spoke to the media ahead of the national championship game, and I actually talked about, the whole team often watching a movie the night before a game. He said just a chance to be with your team is the main thing, just that gathering. And he said the perfect fighting unit to me is a pack of wolves, a wolf pack. And you see them gathered together before the fight, you see them going together going to the fight, and you see them together in the fight. And then you also see them celebrating after the fight. And he said the active word there is together. So that's the picture I have. We are together. That's the night before the game, so we're together. Harbaugh also said, when it gets to how the world wants to turn you into something, he said, but we kind of allow ourselves to devolve into a pack of wolves. That's what we want to channel, probably nature's greatest fighting unit. So this Michigan team, the pack of wolves, ready to eat, their last meal, and also obviously celebrate together tonight after winning the national championship game. That's what they're going for. Jim Harbaugh also talked about what title would mean for the Wolverines. He said the best part is just what it means for each guy on the team, each player on the team, that their families can say, my son is a champion, my son's a national champion. He also said for their grandparents, their relatives, brothers and sisters to say my brother is a national champion. He said I feel the same way with my kids, for them to be able to know their dad's a champion, or my wife to know her husband's a champion. And he said it's really for everybody else, and that's what makes it so much better, is that it's just so many people involved. They get to reap the reward of that. And then JJ McCarthy and Blake Corum both talked to the media as well, just talking about getting to this point, to the national championship. McCarthy, he said, I can only speak for myself personally, but he said I feel like it really hasn't sunk in that the end of the season is upon them. He said everything we've done to get here, we're continuing to do the same things. I think we keep the same approach and treat it as obviously it's a national championship, but it's a football game at the end of the day, and we got to go out there and execute each play, and that's how we're treating it right now. Corum also said that, it was always for us Houston or bust. I even said it back in February at one of the Michigan basketball games, and he told the fans, I promise you we're going to win a national championship. He said we haven't done it yet, so have to stay locked in this week. The hay is never in the barn. Make sure we watch as much film we can over the next couple days and make sure we're prepared for Monday. This is everything I dreamed of, everything I came back for. Just blessed to be here. But Michigan football getting ready to play for college football's biggest prize, the national championship. We've said it all off season, we said it all season, that it was Houston or bust, natty or bust this season for this team. And we're here, one game away. Job isn't finished yet, but it could be by tonight. So with that being said, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you guys in a post-game video tomorrow after Michigan winning the national championship. But go blue tonight, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Go blue.